Hey there, Adrienne Elise here. Welcome to the Gaia Daily for January 10th, 2020. Here we are at a turning point. It really feels this way at this partial lunar eclipse today in Cancer. There's a feeling like we made it to this point. We don't know what lies ahead, but we do know that we're at a turning point. And there's something to celebrate here in being at this place together, even though we don't know what's around the corner yet. So today, the moon, this is in Cancer, directly across from the sun, Mercury, Saturn, and Pluto. An epic lining up of astrology. At the same time, Jupiter exactly conjunct the south node, and Uranus turning direct. So the combination of these things is incredibly potent and giving us powerful messages. So Uranus turning direct has an energy, because Uranus kind of represents the future, higher technologies, higher vibrations, more of a direct connection with our higher self. And so it turning direct is like, okay, we're moving into the future. And then Jupiter, right there on top of the south node, is speaking about dropping, shining light, expanding, bringing to the surface the patterns, the issues, the karma that have been holding us back from the past, which is the south node of the moon, has this energy of like, what's dragging on you from the past. And so Jupiter brings light and expansion and opportunities. And it's kind of like a bloom, but also like, wow, clarity and ability to drop those stories, those chains. And so what an intense and powerful combination. And it's just so amazing when the stars speak to us in this way. And so clearly, that, yeah, we're turning this. So Uranus turning retrograde, because of all this other astrology, has this huge energy to it. And it just feels like here we are at this point. And, when you're in the turning point, it's almost like that train in the roundhouse. And the train, if you've ever had this experience, it's really interesting to stay in a circle of teepees, right? And all the teepees look the same. And you come out from your teepee, and it's really hard to stay oriented into what teepee you came from and where you're going, unless they're, of course, uniquely decorated. And so this is where we're at right now, in this kind of total confusion of where we came from and where we're going, because we're in this massive turning place. And that train in the roundhouse, is not oriented, and if you're going to jump out in a direction and try to go somewhere, before you're completely oriented, then you might have to backtrack. Right. And so it's a strange energy of kind of, and we've been here for a while. Some souls feeling this for the last couple of years or lifetimes, but this is definitely a turning point. And so we're in this place of shifting. And is it a corner? Is it a curve? Is it a dimensional? Is it a spiral? We don't even know what shape we're in. And, but we are turning, and we're here together turning. And there's this definitely an energy with this. So because the moon's in Cancer, it's bringing forward a powerful opportunity and messages around nurturing and love and compassion. And the north node of the moon is about like, how are we going to get to where we're going? It's a message about this is what needs to happen to move into the future. And so with the north node in Cancer, we've had this almost for the last year and a half, and it just lasts for a couple more months. And so it's like, the only way to get into the future is to nurture ourselves in that direction, and to allow ourselves to receive and to come back into communication with the mother, the great mother, the big mother, right? And souls that have made it this far on the earth, especially these type of souls that are drawn to this work, light worker souls, typically do not feel very nurtured in this world, in this earth, and often karmic relationships, with the family and the lineage, and a feeling of not being loved and cared for. But maybe that's our opportunity to come into our direct connection to this great mother energy that wants to hold us. So this is going to be I think it's going to be a big reset available on this partial lunar eclipse soul group session. If you want to join that, or if you can catch the replay, if you can't catch it live, the energy is encoded into the event that happens at 9 a.m. in just an hour, less than an hour from now, 9 a.m. Mountain Time today on the 10th. And so, but this energy of reconnecting in to this nurturing force that is within us, we have access to in our logical explanation of being a part of the whole and part of the one. And yet we've been so disconnected from. But this is a really important energy, and the only way we can get into the future. And it's like there are certain souls on the planet. It's interesting. I've had 2 charts in the last week that I've looked at with Mars in Cancer on the midheaven. And the midheaven is kind of like high noon in your chart, what you want to express in your ultimate kind of accomplishments in this world, in a way, your outward gift to this world, your pinnacle expression typically comes later in life. And so this Mars and Cancer on the midheaven has a message for us of like a wave. There was like a picture of this huge wave of nurturing energy of the mother divine, great mother, divine feminine, not just, it's almost like we know it's been returning to the earth and balancing out. But this is enveloping and holding the earth and infusing into the earth. And that an awakening, the spiritual awakening that Gaia is going through into her original codes, our living, breathing, beautiful goddess planet. So, this is a wave of compassion that we can grab a hold of. And the more souls that can receive this in their heart, the more it can be present on the planet right here, right now. So it feels like that's a big part of what we're doing, and for this partial lunar eclipse. So this is a really important energy for us today. And then the moon over there reflecting the sun with Mercury, Saturn, and Pluto, just so epic. It's like I tried to go find out when's the last time this configuration happened. I couldn't even find when that happened with Saturn and Pluto, the sun and Mercury. So we are in epic times because the sun and Mercury are our daily planets. The sun moves 1 degree every day of a sign, right? And Mercury a little bit faster and sometimes slower when it retrogrades, right? So there are daily planets. It's like day-to-day activity, day-to-day existence, who we think we are, how our conceptual reality of our mind and our thinking. And so, of course, there's been a huge disconnect from the wider, bigger truths and the bigger cosmological energies in our daily life. And that's been what's been so frustrating for souls like you guys, because it's just like, how did I get here? And who are these people, right? And so that's what's changing, right? It's like those outer realities. Pluto is the outer reality. It's something mysterious, something from the future, some force that we don't quite understand, but it's a force of transformation. It's definitely, as a ruler of Scorpio, water sign, it's got that energy of that wave of change. And so we just don't know what that exactly means, but it is coming home, landing home. And I don't think we're really going to understand the Saturn-Pluto conjunction and the time we're in right now until we get kind of later in the year, as Jupiter makes its turn interacting with these planets, with Saturn and Pluto. But we are tapping in, we're having a joining of worlds, of that outer reality of spiritual reality and our earth reality. And it's like, that's why you souls are here, but it's also very uncomfortable, right? Because you just have this wider, bigger truth and you can't quite integrate into this mundane, narrow 3D existence. And maybe that's why we're here though, right? We're bringing that consciousness. And of course, nobody really wants it, at least the normies, right? It's like, and this is what's been so painful for these souls, so sensitive, so loving, so giving, so compassionate, coming to their earth and being so excited to bring their healing. And then kind of like, we don't want you. What are you doing here? And actually now we're going to target you, kill you, torture you, and still we come back and are here, and we've gotten entangled in the lower karma with lower dimensional beings, and have to work all that out. But we're here, and we made it, and that's the energy of this time today. The message is, this is a turning point, and you made it. Here we are together. So I don't know, it's really cool. And so just a really potent and powerful time, and I appreciate you joining and being a part of the energy, watching the videos, following the work, being a part of the community. And this is a big passion for me, and a goal for my 2020 energies, to bring more of these souls together and help us find each other and get back together on our projects we've been working on throughout this whole evolution. We've been working on the same project. These soul groups, they're all a little different, but these soul groups have incarnated kind of like trading off. One soul group will come to the earth, not in the same location necessarily, but then the next soul group will come and they'll trade off in waves. And this time we have all of the Lightworker soul groups here together, because it is the time and we're doing it. Doesn't mean it's easy, but a turning point means perhaps it's going to get easier. And when it makes more sense and you know what you're doing and you're connected to that greater purpose and you have the support and you find your people, then it's okay if it's hard sometimes, right? So because we know we're growing, we know we're here to be who we really are, and just use whatever comes your way. This is part of this Jupiter South Node energy. It's like, use whatever comes your way as fuel. Like, okay, there's that issue. I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it to my advantage, instead of the way in the past. I know for me, it's like, it's just feeling victimized by what's happening, because it's like, I can't even see what's going on or how to get out of this karmic situation. And so now there's a little more fuel, a little more direction, more momentum as we make this turning point. And it's like, in this evolution, we've been going up a mountain, and are we at the top now? And then on the way, so we'll just have to see what the other side is like, but it's going to be, it could snowball, with the changes that we see in the world and the truths coming out and radically changing our reality. That's what the Saturn Pluto configuration is speaking to, and truths coming to the surface, of like long been hidden truths, maybe back to Atlantean time or whatever. So thanks for following the work and being present. And I hope you have a wonderful partial lunar eclipse energy and receive that wave of unconditional, compassionate love that is coming from the center of the universe for us right here today, helping us, supporting us as we make this, as we turn the corner in this experience. So thank you so much for joining. I look forward to seeing you soon on the next update tomorrow. I will be back with another update for January 11th. We'll see you soon. Until then, I'm Adrienne Elise. Namaste.